What's up? Ready to do this. There's about 15 minutes left to go, and I'm ready for it. So, wish me luck. Formerly known as the Country Music Marathon, this race takes runners on a journey from Nashville's downtown bar district through several musical landmarks before finishing at the city stadium that houses their NFL team, the Tennessee Titans. While many races claim to be the go-to event, the Nashville Marathon is one of the few that showcases artists and bands along their course, and with your bib, free admission to a featured nighttime concert. In past years, acts such as Michael Ray, Dierks Bentley, Hunter Hayes, and the band Perry have headlined. Alright, so this race was something else. Here at the Rock and Roll Nashville Marathon, this is coming about 3 to 4 months after my first race at Walt Disney World. To be honest with you, I wasn't sure what to expect because I had trained, I had developed my fitness over the 3 to 4 months in between. Again, still being a beginner runner, I wasn't aware that I needed to be attuned with what the course profile was. Again, at that time, I didn't even know what a course profile or race settings were or the potential elevation gains would be for that race. So I knew that my fitness had developed over that time. But as far as what to expect in Nashville, I had no idea. I knew it was much hillier like any place would be compared to Florida. Now, again, in this course, the first quarter to half mile is downhill. It gives you a nice little warm up once you start the starting mats. And then once you turn past the bar district of downtown Nashville, would be this incredibly daunting and overwhelming uphill. It would seem as though this uphill was about 1 mile long. And again, I have here the course profile underneath me. Again, without any knowledge of the course profile of Nashville, knowing that it's hillier overall, but no idea what to expect. Again, I put the majority of my efforts into the first 6 to 8 miles of the race, which again, unfortunately, that's where the majority of the hills were. So again, if I'm at this point knowing where I should be conserving my energy, I should be taking a little bit slower here. But again, with my race times on the left, you would see that I was trying to maintain my goal pace during those hills. And while the hills diminish over time, my legs, my quads, my hamstrings, they're being beaten over the first 9 miles of the race. And at this point, any small nudging of an uphill or downhill was slowing me down tremendously. Overall, my time of a 5-hour, 6-minute finish time is an improvement from my first race. It's an 8-minute PR. The one thing that I suppose that looking back at the race I've completed so far, Nashville is definitely the race in which I would like to deem as my revenge race. So if I was ever going to come back to any one race I've done so far, and again, I've only done, I think at this point in 2020, 6 marathons or so. Again, not that many under my belt, but again, the one that I think if I wanted to, if I could go back in time or do again, it would be Nashville, to just say, you know what, I'm prepared for you this time. I know what you have to deal with, and I'm going to make sure to do to complete the race a little bit better than I did before. So again, no regrets about the time, 5:06 compared to a 5:14 at Disney. But again, keep in mind that putting the majority of my efforts in the first 9 miles, by the time that I had reached to, again, mile 18, mile 20, mile 22, those little small inclines just kept tearing me a new one when it comes to my IT band, the overuse muscles that can develop over a course of a marathon. And so I had to go to the medical tent twice, about each time stopping by at around 10 minutes at each medical tent. So I guess in my mind that if I didn't go to those medical tents and kind of sat or get a bag of ice or get an Advil, and I decided to keep moving on, to keep enduring the pain, then I'm sure I could have broken 5 hours at the time. But considering that, again, the point of this channel is faster, 26.2, I have no regrets whatsoever. But this race was definitely interesting with all the amenities it has come to offer, including which the athletic tee that they provide you, again, just like every race would. But again, this is pretty cool because it could show the rock and roll style of the series there in Nashville, Tennessee. We had a really good time there. Sponsored by the Children's Hospital at St. Jude, this was my first marathon experience where charity was highly emphasized. By the end of the weekend, it was reported that more than $2 million were raised for kids with cancer and other life-threatening diseases. Witnessing these donors, the event, which called them the St. Jude Heroes, inspired me to get involved in my next marathon. But more on that on the next recap. Thanks for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe at the bottom, and always remember to dream big, put in the work, and make the impossible possible. Thanks, and see you in the next one.